Hi guys, Coach Paris here. I'm super excited to go over this story with you guys, and I'm just gonna dive right into it, right? Because I have been on my spiritual journey for a little bit over a year now, and it has been phenomenal to say the least. Let me first say that. But of course, in retrospect, it has had many challenges, which you can expect when you're growing, right? I mean, you're going to go through some challenges, some uncomfortable moments, but I honestly, if I'm, to be completely honest, it has been one of the best journeys I've ever decided to go on in life. And I'm just happy, like I'm so grateful, and I feel more fulfilled every day, considering I know so much more about me. I have the confirmations that I needed, and I'm still learning. So with all that said, let me just jump into it. I have been studying metaphysics, numerology, and astrology. It's so crazy because, again, like I said, my mother studied and was into this for a long time when I was young. And this was a time where I seen the most success in my mother's life. And when I felt the most, rewind over a year ago, I was feeling so disappointed in myself about things in my life. Like I hadn't made it to where I felt like I should be during that time. I wasn't, you know, loving. I wasn't as kind as I wanted to be in my household. Okay. So that's a huge difference. Like people outside, they always portray a character, but my tone was so ugly, and I was just very nonchalant, and among other characteristics, I just wasn't feeling me anymore. I wasn't feeling it, and I was being pulled, I was being called somewhere else, and I had to work through that. But which brought me to remembering my mom, seeing her in this happy place, seeing her very fulfilled, seeing things come into her 3D reality was just like mind blowing to me. And the fact that I could remember that and go back to that and apply it to my life has been life changing. So if you are watching, mom, shout out to you. Thank you for planting that seed. Thank you so much. Guys, with the new, I don't even know where to start because I've learned so much about myself, but I'm gonna start with my flaws, right? Like nobody likes to talk about the negative characteristics and behaviors that they have dabbled into, but not me. Like I'm not me anymore because I've grown from it. So even you or anyone out there who knows me who would love to bring up my past, it couldn't even touch me. It couldn't even penetrate in a way where I would feel offended because I'm just full of glee and gratitude and so thankful for just where I am right now. So, yeah. So, guys, I am a master number 22. I'm master number 22. That's a big deal. I don't know if you know anything about numerology, but a master number in itself is huge. And I believe there are 3 or 4 or 6 master numbers. Again, I'm still studying. But it's 11, 22, and 33. And let me just say this. I also believe in reincarnation, right? I believe we reincarnate, the spirit recycles or, comes back in another avatar, which is our body. Like we come back in another avatar to strengthen weaknesses that we weren't able to do in previous lifetimes. So let me just say that if you don't agree, completely fine. I understand that you are on a different journey, and this may not be the lifetime where you understand or need to know or come into the information that I'm sharing with you. Okay, so no need to leave me any nasty comments or anything like that, because I respect where you are on your journey, and I just hope for the same respect. So with that said, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, please leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonates with you, or tell me a little bit more about your story, etc. So anywho, let me jump into it. So yes, I am a master number 22, and when I got this numerology reading, let me tell you, it was 100% correct. 100% correct. So again, I said I was going to start with my flaws before I capitalize on the wonderful features and characteristics about a 22. One of my flaws is I'm not a team player. I don't delegate. I am impatient. Whew, that was a lot in itself, honey. Let me just, that's a lot in itself. And I came here to learn. Like, I came here to serve humanity. And I won't say that is a con or a flaw. I just wanted to, say that tidbit before I dive into some of the pros, right? But let's dive into me not being a team player. I know this because I realized this in seventh grade. In seventh grade, when I had a team project, and everyone on the team, were assigned certain duties for the project, and we were graded together. We weren't graded individually. We was graded as a whole, and no one who was in my project did their portion. And I communicated this to my teacher, in which she acknowledged and said, I'm sorry to hear that, but this is a grade collectively, and the most I can give you, since everyone hadn't finished, was a D. I was hurt. I was humiliated because I knew what I was doing. First of all, my mother loved projects. I definitely worked hard in just research, and she loves research too. So, we worked hard, and we worked for months, right? Okay, this is a huge project, and it was a good percent, I think like 30% of my grade. So at that moment, after being humiliated and embarrassed, when I did the work, I told myself I would never work with anyone else and allow them to affect me in that sense. And ladies and gentlemen, that literally carried out with me throughout my entire work history, working with family, whomever, because I remember being on jobs and my manager saying, like, you are excellent. Like, guys, no lie, I have plenty of rewards from my job. They would say, you are so good at what you're doing, you perform well, but the issue is you don't delegate. You don't allow other people to help you. This is their job. Trust them. It's okay to trust people. It's okay to rely on people to do their jobs. It's okay. And I couldn't because there are all different types of workers. You have some who procrastinate and they put it off and they just never get it done, or they get it done and it's shabby, or they get it done at the very last minute and it's remarkable. You would have thought that they really put time into it, but for me, the anxiety is too much. And that was also another one of my flaws. This person's very anxious. And if you recall, in one of my last videos, I said that. Like, I said that I don't delegate as much. Like, that is one of the things that I need to work on, right? Excuse me. But, anxious. Now, I'm going to have to tell you one of my pros so you can see where the anxiousness comes in, right? Which I am 1,000% better with this. Like, I am so happy that I stopped claiming and saying I have anxiety. Okay, I feel like that is so important. Stop saying and claiming I have anxiety, and then also saying, contradicting yourself, that you are better, right? That you are healed in this. Because honey, when I tell you I'm super healed, like I don't have anxiety at all. But that came from me being very dogmatic and persistent and determined. We are very ambitious, right? Because 22s are really here to do big things, like major things. We're creators. We are master manifestors. Like, we are a big deal out here. So if you are a 22 and you felt like your life has been rough, honey, you please comment below, because I would love to go into the pros of our 22, but I'm not gonna do that in this video. It's too much. To let you know where to come. I mean, to let you know what's to come. Like, it's marvelous. It's wonderful things. But let's be clear. You're gonna have to carry your cross. You are going to have to carry your cross through this one. And I like to say that. I know it's a Christian saying, and I don't identify as Christian at all, but I like that saying. Like, you gotta carry your cross. You gotta sit in it. But you're never alone. So I say teamwork, delegating, patience. Okay, let me get into that. It's so funny because since we are considered what we consider as a Master 22, one of the things, and this is as a Virgo, astrology too, it says that I'm a great teacher. I could not see this at all. I'm like, I am too, like, how? Why would you think someone who is impatient would be a great teacher? But then as I started to dive deeper, right, into numerology, it started to say specifically not a scholastic teacher. Okay, whoo, thank God, because I don't want to go down that route, right? It says you would be great in yoga, sports. Oh my gosh, like it was like I melted. Yes, like I feel like I always said, like, I didn't pick fitness. Fitness chose me. I did not pick fitness. It chose me. So that was so wonderful and it kind of like gave me security to know, like, girl, you are on a path, like you're doing the right thing. But yes, patience, like, because we tend to want what we want, right? And we believe we should have it. We honestly believe we should have it. Things should be looking this way. It should go that way. When it doesn't work out for us in the way we believe it should happen, the anxiousness comes, right? So we need to be, as a 22, hold on, I'm trying to get my earring. As a 22, I learned it's not that we won't get it. It's just that we have a set way of how we are looking for it to come. We have a set expectation how we are looking for it to come. For example, let's say I'm needing $5,000 and I know you owe me $5,000. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I just need the $5,000. It doesn't matter if you give it to me, if Paul gives it to me, if I get it in a lump sum from a lawsuit. Who cares, right? Who cares where it comes from? But to a Virgo, to a 22, we do care. See, we already have cut off other ways for that to get to me, because I want it from you, because you owe me that $5,000 and I'm stuck on that, and that $5,000 can never get to me because I boxed myself in by saying it can only get to me through you because you owe me $5,000, because you owe me the $5,000, right? It may not be a time in your life where you can pay me that back, but I'm gonna hold down your throat. Where's my money? Because I need it right now. Where's my money? Cash me outside, right? Because it's mine, and I believe I should have it from you. I wouldn't be in this situation if I had this. Y'all know. So I lock myself in. So what I'm doing is I'm telling the universe, this is the only way you can give me this $5,000. It's through that person who owes me. It doesn't come from a bonus at my job. It doesn't come from a gift from my parents. It doesn't come from, just my friends showing love. It doesn't come from these other ways in which it really can come from. So I realized that I had been cutting off, capping a lot of my manifestations because of my expectation. Because that's just what it is. Like, that brings me to who caps their blessings. You'll be amazed how many people cap their blessings every day. Every day you cap and you contradict because you show up hypocritically. You like I said, you say one thing, I'm so anxious. Like, let's say, you're going through something, you're going to an event and, you get nervous and the anxiety starts to kick in and you start claiming, oh, I'm just anxious. I'm just, I just have anxiety, girl, like through casual conversation. But that is what you are identifying with. That is what is keeping you in a constant battle with anxiety. Because you want it. You are claiming it. So it's so important to watch your words. Watch what you're saying on a consecutive basis. Like, these are things that I was identifying, and because I heard it all the time in my home, then I started to pick up on, it, and then now I'm identifying with it. I have anxiety, girl. Girl, I be like that. No. I don't want to identify and self-sabotage, because that's not who I want to be. So why don't I speak life into my life, into this current avatar, and start saying who I am. You are patient, right? You're not stubborn. I'm not dogmatic. Again, I said I'm not getting into my good characteristics right now. This is just my flaws and all. But this is a prime example of we do it to ourselves. Learning the words I had been speaking wasn't aligning with my dreams, with my vision, and how I set myself back. It wasn't my baby daddy. It wasn't my children. It wasn't my parents. Being able to identify that, okay? Awareness. Then being able to acknowledge that, okay? That takes some time. I was uncomfortable. And then holding on to that accountability so I can get to where I am today. Ooh! Beautiful. Beautiful. I highly recommend, if you have not, to go get your numerology reading. Go get your numerology reading. I would love to tell you guys how to do it because I know how to do it and all that right now. But yeah, if you want to know, I have a credible link which you can follow that can assist you in this. Getting this done. But guys, I it's so much more to my spiritual journey. This doesn't even touch the surface that I wanted to share with you all, because it's life-changing. It's life-changing for me, and I like doing what works for me. I'm not saying it's gonna work for you, but it's definitely working for me, and it's something you should definitely be open to. Okay guys, I honestly did not expect my video to run into 20 minutes, but I kind of really knew it was. There is just so much to unravel here. And like I said, I would love to know if you are interested in this. What do you think about it? Have you had this done? What do you think about numerology, metaphysics, astrology, and things of that nature? And let's talk about it. Like, don't be a stranger. I hate having like a one-sided conversation or feeling alone on here. But regardless of, I've been called to do something and I have to follow through, right? I had to follow through, and I was called to do this video today for whatever reason. I don't even know if 10 people are going to see this video, and that's completely fine. Okay, that's completely okay with me because I am fine where I am on this journey. And I know to expect only the best in my future. And I know in the journey that there are certain steps that I have to take to get to the successes that I want to see in life. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm here to learn. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Please engage. If not, maybe another time. Be blessed.